So this past weekend was the fantastic Canadian Grand Prix where Kimi Antonelli and George Russell raced on track for basically the first time this entire season. They are both top two in the championship, now separated by 43 points after the Canadian Grand Prix, but this entire season we haven't really seen them battle on track properly until this race. For the first 30 laps of the race, they were going back and forth, separated by less than a second until George Russell retired on lap 30 with an engine failure. And for the fans, this is quite unfortunate because we wanted to see the battle go to the end of the race, and it probably would have, but there was a sense of urgency between the two drivers when battling on track. They definitely knew that whoever won this battle was going to be kind of posted as, you know, the favor for the championship. Even though Kimi and Antonelli had won back-to-back races at this point, there was a sense of urgency between the two drivers on who would come out on top. Because when it comes down to it, that does mean a lot. Sure, you could be winning races, but we've seen in the past in Formula One with drivers like Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, when you're in the same car and you're fighting for a championship, if you battle on track and you win, that means something, not just winning the races. And when you look at George Russell and Kimi Antonelli, they both haven't won a championship. This championship matters the most out of any championship they will ever win. Just like Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri last season, they know that this first championship will mean the most mentally and physically within the team. Because no matter how much, teams like to push that their drivers are on equal terms, like Toto Wolff, his philosophy has always been let the drivers race. That was the thing when Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg were both at the team. He would always let them race on track and settle their differences there. However, when it's both your first championships, you know that whoever wins that championship will have slight priority in the team and just mentally over the other driver. You're going to have that one-up on them. Whoever wins the first championship between two drivers that don't have a championship, that'll become the team's kind of golden boy. We saw that with Max Verstappen, and look where he is now. I think for this case, it's very specific to George Russell that he needs to win this championship. He has been at Mercedes at a long time at this point, and kind of like Max Verstappen at Red Bull going up against Daniel Ricciardo, when the young new talent comes into the team and is, taking all the media attention and now beating him by a few races, he needs to solidify his position at the team. I don't think it'll be a case of if George Russell loses this championship, he's going to go off to another team, but first championships mean a lot. So I kind of wanted to just get my thoughts on the championship right now out there because there's a lot of talk about who will win this championship. Kimi Antonelli's 43 points ahead in the championship, and a lot of people are calling him the favorite, but I'm pretty sure George Russell is going to make a comeback. He's a great driver, and I think people at this point are kind of underestimating him, which I don't see because it's George Russell. There's a reason Toto Wolff wanted him in that Mercedes for so long. We have the Monaco Grand Prix coming up in a couple of weeks, and I don't think Mercedes will be as good at that track as they have been on these long straight circuits like Canada. I think this will be more like a Ferrari McLaren track coming up, but they're so far ahead in the championship at this point. I don't think they really have to worry about the cars behind. So this has been Eamon Ryan from Pure Racing. I'll be talking a lot more about the championship as it unfolds throughout the season, so I'm very excited.